Hi artists! Today we're going to be making a sculpture out of recycled materials we can find around us in our home or wherever you're working. This project's going to be a little bit different because it's all about experimentation. So we are not trying to make something specific today. Instead, we're going to play around with materials and just enjoy the process. We're going to experiment with all of our recycled things that we've collected and see what happens. The first thing you'll need to do is look around and see what recycled things you can gather. Remember, that means it's materials that would normally be thrown away, but we are going to reuse them and turn them into art. Make sure you ask for permission before you take anything. Once you've gathered all your materials, you will also need something to stick them together, so tape or glue, and it's also a good idea to have a pair of scissors. So what helps make something truly a work of art is how much the materials are transformed. If I stack all these together, I've made a sculpture, but it's not really transformed. It's not really a work of art yet. So I want to see each of these materials and play around with them and find new ways I can twist them, bend them, shape them into new and interesting forms. Take a few minutes and just play around with your materials, changing their shape and moving them around. All right, once you've played around with your materials and turned them into new shapes and forms, we're ready to start putting them together to turn them into a sculpture. Now, if you want, you can get a blank piece of paper and start gluing on top of that, or you can get something like a box and start gluing on top of that if that will help you. Remember, this is all about experimenting. So if you have something in mind, let's say you want to make a butterfly or a car or a person, that's fine. But I want you also to just play around and see what happens. See if you like what you've created. Once you're happy with how things look, you can tape it all together. Okay, artists, once you're done attaching all your pieces together, take a look, spin it around, and see if you want to add anything. Remember, everyone's sculpture is going to look completely different. We are each making something with our own materials and from our own experiments. When you've put on all your finishing touches and you don't want to add any more, you're done. Good job, artists.